Tell me, game. Bergen is, or at least is supposed to be, 66 mead, 34 meat. Yeah. And yeah. Oh well, I'll take it. Meat supply is not something that's currently a bother in the Hansa. Bruges has meat. Danzig has meat. So, ergo, meat production is doing fine. There might be some slight starvation on the end parts of these routes, whilst my my food dispersal changes. Because let's take the meat route that goes around here. They're going to grab the meat in Rostock, dump it in Aarhus, dump it in Visby, and whoops, they're already out of meat, because these guys want to hold a lot more of it now. So that probably means places like Danzig are going to be lacking in a lot of goods for quite a while. But as long as they have plenty of cheese, which they don't, everything will be fine. Now I'm certain the grain trains work fine on that one. I'm just going to make a bit of a measure to prevent starvation here, because that's very important and it'll save me a lot of time and money in the long run. Grain train. Just after guard, right? No, just before guard. Oh, of course. I was like, it's capitalizing. Grain Center 1, I don't mind that, but there's only one that goes east with grain, and of course it it hits up Danzig first. Rostock, then Danzig, then Königsberg, then Riga. Interesting. I expected the complete opposite. Also, you cart tons of grain, so I'm not too concerned with how you do. Alright, well that's promising. The cheese guy, on the other hand, I want you to do a bit better. So I need the cheese east 1. You, of course, do hit up Aarhus and Visby and then all the others. And that's fine, but I'm going to save your route as cheese east. Funnily enough, it's the only cheese route I don't have saved here. Cheese east. 2,000 of you, right? Well, as it happens, I'm going to grab another fleet. I wouldn't mind another Carvel for it, so we'll just split off a couple of Carvels, in fact, because I'm super generous with my cheese, and food is no joke. And you are going to be the cheese from Rostock East 2. And what name do we have? Is this the naming convention I follow? Because I've already forgotten. Yeah, that sounds about right. What name have we got here? We've got the name Black Jag. I think that name sucks. We should use a name that's actually relevant for cheese. We'll call it Edam. Sorry, Pow Tool, but I did just call your name Sucky, didn't I? We can load up the cheese east route, activate it, invert it, so Rostock needs to then go to Danzig first, then Königsberg, Riga, Stockholm, Visby, Aarhus. Looks the same, but it's going the other way. Fan-freaking-tastic. And there we go. And I know that they're absolutely chock full of cheese in Rostock, so they're going to go and get it, and thunk. There we go. And that ensures that Danzig will hopefully not starve. Hopefully no one really starves. It would be nice to get some kind of early warning. Actually, I see that the amount of cheese available here in the center is, well, you know, actually it's only Aalborg which is suffering a little bit. How is my cheesy center doing? I need to switch my mayorship before I forget about it, but this is really important to stop my people from starving. Cheese Central 1 is just done by Autoboat. And I'm not sure that they're actually big enough for what I want them to do. It's just a bunch of cogs. And I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But what if they went back to Næstved and just had a ton more cogs? Where's my other cog guy? There you are. Here, just... I'm super serious about my cheese. And I need you to be winging around lots of it. That's a lot of cheese to wing around the center. But, I mean, that's important, so get back to what you do. And they're going to go back to Lübeck, dump their cheese, and that's great. Okay, back to what I do for fun, and that is my elections. So next up is Oslo on the 13th of August. So again, I go to Oslo. Ah, but wait, there's more. Bergen, I was your master. I still am your master. Pay me master money. Thank you. Got my everything sorted out. So yes, Oslo we go. Because that covers my fee for moving my everything here. So we move to Oslo, along with Anna. That feels weird. And we're going to run for that election on the 13th of August. Beautiful. How's the ducat machine rolling, Jake? Pretty viciously. We have a lot of money. Oslo has a lot of businesses, and I would love to shut them down. For example, I'm meant to be producing a lot more meat than I actually am here. And then there are the salters. It's okay because they run a lot of salters here as well, but they also run things that I don't like them, like this sheep farm and these other sheep farms. Sheep, hemp, meat. It's funny, it's... well, I guess it's not that funny. I would have to buy out his farms at ridiculous prices. The AI does not sell farms cheaply. So I'm just going to have to accept that I'm going to be underproducing meat for a wee bit. Which is a shame, because it's a food type. This isn't a shame, though. I'm going to crush this enemy. Not even a problem. And I'm so, so glad this game does not damage your guard ships if they win battles. Because otherwise there would be no easy way outside of ships that doesn't involve heavy micro. And I hate heavy micro. The whole point of this game should be working towards a Hansa where you don't have to micro anything. Okay, now I've given it some time. Can these guys reactivate yet? Flensburg's pelt. And... well, I don't think Hren again is going to be producing tools anytime soon until they get themselves some iron, so forget about you. I should keep an eye on this to see if there's anything I'm vastly overproducing. Lots of grain coming in, but that's no problem. I don't mind being so over on storage here. The salt is kind of odd. I feel like salt should be used more, so that might be a hint that I need to build up one of these quite soon. Since Bergen is going to be building up its cathedral, it might be an idea to go there. So I'm going to look who I'm planning to have lots of meat flow out of. The answer is 3 places: Bergen, Stavanger and Oslo. Primarily though, Stavanger and Oslo. And since I'm about to go to Oslo and become their king, but Stavanger is an equally good option since I already rule Stavanger. Although they are completely ruling this outbreak of plague. They're loving it. Well, I guess I can turn to chat on this one. It doesn't matter that much which of these 3 I go for, but which shall be the Meat King? Of course, Meat King means I need to build up a Salt King, but there are a lot of places that I can get plenty of salt from. Bergen, Stavanger, Oslo. Because building up lots of food production is key to preventing starvation, which is a very real threat whilst I'm building up population like this, so... iDishes says Oslo. Jade 134 is also saying Oslo. Well, we got a bit of time, we'll see what comes in. Meanwhile, how are those elections looking? Yeah, I figured you would stop. That's no big deal. Alright, the love is for Oslo. That's fine by me. I love this money coming in too. Ain't that sweet?
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable. And I have you alone to thank for that.
Well, that's beautiful, and even more of a sign that it's got to be Oslo. My competitor has to tear down businesses, and it was a salter as well. I wonder why I had to tear down salt. Am I, like, pouring salt into here? No, it's because salt is being mass-produced and it's piling up here. Probably that's the reason. I don't know if that's the case, but probably. I wonder if there's a guy here that wants to buy up excess. Huh! Well, would you look at that? We have too much salt and he'll get rid of all of our problems for us. So yeah, sure. Goodbye salt. I mean, I want that salt for the meat I'm about to produce, but that's okay. Alright, people are loving Oslo, so that's what we're going to do, and we're going to be the mayor of Oslo in a couple of days. The Aarhus to Rostock pitch. That's probably because they just built a ship, right? Ship, right. Yeah, that's not really avoidable until I stop my mass production of ships, so I can't really do much about that. The lack of pitch is a bit of a problem. I just can't keep up with the demand across the Hansa due to all these ships that I've commissioned. But Aarhus, it looks so good. That isn't good though. They don't have enough wells. When are we ever done with this? Well, at least they're getting quite a lot of wells this way. I wonder if I could change the game. If I could change wells in the game such that they, like one small well satisfies, I don't know, 100 people instead of 3. Okay, it's not 3 people, it's 3 households, but still it's, well, I guess it does make for a nicer looking city when they've got wells everywhere, but this is such a tedious thing to do. Just finding places to squeeze in these wee wells. And I guess I shouldn't look to mod my way out of all the problems that this game throws at you, but it's just such a not pleasant city builder mechanic that they have here. Alright, we're back up to 100%, that should be Aarhus. Still, Aarhus looks amazing. Yes, small wells are at least not stingent. Imagine if you could only use large wells, there just wouldn't be the space for everything. Alright, it's Oslo clock. And would you look at that? Oh, well, it's the pirate becoming stronger. But would you look at that? We're now the mayor of Oslo, as we should be. First things first, though. No money for Oslo, only money for me. Secondly, tax rate is fine at 4%. I don't really care what the taxes are. The wall first. Can it change? The answer is yes, of course it can. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there, but here. There we go. It's not a lot of space at all, but still. It's worth doing, because I should be building up everything up to its maximum. It needs upgrades. Man, the demand for tools is going through the roof because of what I'm doing here. No bad thing, really. We're losing a space for a house here. This silly guy. Looks like they've already built a Covenant school. I might as well erect a statue of me, because I'm that good. And the population of Oslo is meant to be 60,000, so we need 20 of each of these things. 20 chapels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 20 infirmaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and done. I could super build Oslo right now. Yeah, probably gonna have to super build up Oslo. Okay. Oh man, that means tearing down my competitors' businesses for extremely large sums of money.
Now that's an offer I simply cannot refuse. Take the business with my blessing.
Oh, thank you. At least he's not an asshole about it. So I'm demolishing my enemies' farms here. I actually quite want these farms, since that's what I plan to produce here. So this stock farm, ay caramba, that's expensive. Well, it's mine now. Glad it doesn't say that it was built by him. There we go, we're getting there. I don't like his salters, but I think I'll still need them. Alright, Bergen, my ultimate final plan for that. And this is where we can again bring up good old spreadsheet. If we look over at Bergen, if I can find it, which I can't because I'm blind. And we're not in Bergen, that's the main thing, we're in Oslo. 500 meat, 17 salt, 83 grain. I have 17 salters, so that's okay. Just got another stock farm here, which now belongs to me. These salters are not so expensive, so I can buy them and tear them down at no great expense to myself. I mean, sure, it's a laughably large amount of money that he demands for this stuff, but we've paid worse elsewhere. I hope I still have enough money to build everything here. I guess it doesn't all have to be built at once, and I probably won't have the money to do it, all things considered. But still, we need that meat. That meat has got to flow. There we go. Frees up a bit of space that we can use here. That was probably very inefficient. In fact, that was less efficient than what he'd already built. It's a shame you can't undo roads here. Damn shame. That is as efficient as what he built. Also a bit of a shame, and I don't have the space in the middle for other things. Oh well, it is what it is. Right, where am I going with this anyway? I built the chapels, I built the infirmaries. Oslo is meant to have 600 houses and 600 businesses. It's a far cry from that. Okay, what now then? Well, we have a lot of building materials in Rostock, frankly a huge sum of them, so the wildcard Thagnus is actually going to feel the burn from having not many Carvels actually, so I'm going to get him over to Nashved and make the wildcard Thagnus extremely fat, because I don't think I need those Carvels right now, and we are building tons of them as we speak. Also, Oslo's really dark now. Could we not have it so dark? Game says no. Oh, okay. Right. We have houses and we have housing space here. Don't want the enemy having any salters though, they're kind of getting in my face here. And they're getting in my wallet. He still has 8 buildings though, 3 of which are salters, which he does not deserve. And some are stock farms, which, oh, I am not paying for that. He can keep that stock farm for a little while. At least it produces meat for me. That's 4. He still has 1 salter. Who's got good eyesight? The answer is not me, but I still see it. I'm going to fill in those gaps with houses again, because don't leave your enemy with opportunity to outdo you in that regard. Hell, don't leave your enemy with opportunity full stop. Not sure if there's anywhere else around here that I demolished stuff. Probably there, probably here. But what you gonna do about it? Okay, I already have the 17 salters that I need for Bergen. Great. This is Oslo, Jake. Come on. I'm meant to produce 83 grain here. I don't currently need that grain at all. So let's work on the stock farms first. I need 500 of them. I have 95. $95 and 17. That's good. That is good. That means that I just need to build until that number hits 600. And we are gonna build. Boy, are we gonna build. Because these things take a lot of materials to build as well. Which is, it is as much as a pain as it sounds. A huge pain. Massive. What is going on here? This is so ugly and inefficient. That's what happens when your grids don't align. Oh, that's also ugly. It's my least favorite thing to build are these farms, because they're just 2x2. They will never match up well. You can try, but you will fail. Especially when you have to do it somewhere that has the unbuildable land like Stockholm. And probably only like Stockholm. I gotta remember that I need to leave 83 places for grain. God, that's even worse. I've left myself no space there. Oh well. This game does not know what to do with all this. Okay, how are we looking? It's slow going, that's 203 businesses. But I should try to match it up with some houses now. Oh, okay. Yeah, it would help if I actually cleared this thing away. Man, how long was that thing up? Probably forever. Okay, there's the Covenant School, that's good. Jake just gonna mention it again, spreadsheet in front of the exciting display. Yeah, that's probably because I don't have enough room for this massive spreadsheet and OBS on the other monitor. So it does remain in the way for some time, but who's keeping score, right? How is there no room here? I think I'm actually going to struggle when it comes to space in Bergen, given how inefficiently this is going down. But, what can we do but carry on? I would also do well to make sure I have enough warehouses here. 14 is not a number I count as enough. I want 16 more. There we go. So if you're around to watch the construction of Aarhus or Novgorod, then this will probably have no surprises for you. Because yes, it's just more of that. The funny thing is, Novgorod is still under construction because they don't have the materials that they need to do it. But there will be a day when Novgorod is finished. Oslo's day will probably come faster because it's on a more regular route for receiving building materials. Yeah, man, these are about to clash, aren't they? Who's going to win out of this clash? Probably the ones coming from the south, or coming from the port. Also, I just can't seem to finish the anything here. Can't seem to finish my sentences either. Too busy thinking about money. Well, we do love money around here. Okay, that's been a good boost for the houses. The game remembers the orders that things are built in, so it's good to somewhat stagger it this way. So you have enough houses for the workers, have enough work for the housers. What? I mean, there are considerations done for if certain places do not have enough space for everything I want to build, but we should be okay. Can't imagine how we wouldn't be. Don't want to imagine how we wouldn't be. So strange. Okay, so this is coming along fine. Really, I want this number to hit... What would it be then? If Oslo's meant to be 60,000 people, I need to keep 8,300 back for working in my grain farms. So yeah, this number needs to be 517. And it's a long way from it. Fortunately, I've still got a lot of the map to use here, so that's okay. Looks kinda odd though. Can I go back in? Yeah, there we go. The minimap had not really updated. I somewhat doubt actually that I'm gonna get everything in. Looking at the size, layout. Oh well. That's my thing to struggle with. But it is the weakness of having to rely on these 2x2s. They are much less space efficient than the not 2x2s. Well, up it goes. We're halfway there, but only on businesses. And the other businesses are going to be grain as well, so that's another problem. Still, if we run into the problem, I'm just going to have to deal with it. Like how I'm somehow meant to deal with this. That kind of does it. No, 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 no. You gotta be careful there where it builds roads where you really don't want them. Now this might be horrible, but at least I'm playing this and not Resident Evil 5. So you gotta think of the small blessings in life. And not playing Resi 5 is always a blessing. Not even a blessing in disguise, it's just a blessing. Now I should keep in mind that I will have a little bit more space as this wall pushes out. I did tell him to build that wall, right? Okay, there's the wall stuff. So I should have space to build around here with a bit of luck. Might be a lot of luck. Might be Energon subsidized luck, but still luck. Oh man, this is someone's idea of exciting. Also, my money is being piddled down the drain here. And I'm still More than 150 short on these. That's a lot. Oh, that's horribly inefficient. And it doesn't want me to build